Hey John, this is looking really good. The weight, the inertia, everything feels really nice. I just have a few notes, but this is looking really good. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Um, so first thing, just let's analyze the legs. The first thing is when he jumps, I would like to see the legs pushing himself a bit more, because as you can see here, we have the last frame where the leg is contacting the ground is bent, and then this frame the leg is already in the air. Both legs are already in the air, so we don't feel that much the push, because in the frame where we should feel the push, the legs are already lifting up. So I would keep the leg here in this frame straighten. I would use a bit more foot roll here. So the in the foot. So we see the ankle rotating as well. So we don't yeah, so we see the rotation here as well. And here as well, I would maybe favor a bit more the foot roll rotation. So it keeps rotating this way. And then this one having the straight leg here I would help. Same for this leg, I would see how the leg is planted here, but here is already lifted. I would like to see the leg still planted in this frame, so we see the push a bit more. Then as he jumps, I'm gonna analyze this leg. See how the leg is moving up. In your leg is moving up, then forward and down, then up. So it doesn't have too see it's not too much of a fluid arc. So what I would do is just drag a bit more of the arc here, and so the leg is straight here, and then after this frame, boom, the inertia moves up, and then boom, boom, boom. See how the leg bends? The leg keeps bending, the knee keeps moving forward in relation to the body, and the ankle keeps moving up in relation to the body. So it's bending and moving forward slowly all throughout this part, bends and moves forward and up, and then see until it comes forward, and then boom, goes down. And as the leg goes down, I would have the leg straight here, because right now it's straightening, then bending in your animation, and then straightening again. I will simplify the movement, so you would see how here, even here, see how the leg is the same amount, is bending a bit more, and then over one frame, boom, it straightens. So here I would start to straighten the leg, boom, straighten the leg, and then boom. So we start to see a bit more of a progressiveness to the bend, to the straightening, because otherwise it's just boom over one frame. And then keeping the straight leg until he lands. Okay, that's for one leg. Then for the other leg, I would, as I said, keep the foot there one more frame, then jumps. Here as well, I wouldn't rotate this foot so early. I think I would just keep it dragging a bit more. So because he's not ready to land yet, so he doesn't have to get that foot ready so early and feels a bit too tense. So I would just keep the foot relaxed there. And as the foot is coming forward, same here. See how I draw the foot more relaxed. And so the knee is coming up, the knee is coming up. But see here how you have the knee coming up and then coming down over here, boom, already. But I would like to see as the body starts to go down, it's nice to see the overlap. So as the body starts to come down, the inertia of the knees hasn't finished yet. So we see a couple of frames where the knees or one or two frames where the knees keep moving up while the body starts to move down. So we see the overlap there. We feel a bit more of a squash and a stretch to the body. So here as I draw, I would keep the knee moving up, and then you can start to straighten the leg, but maybe just one or two frames where the leg keeps rotating and keeps moving up, tracking the knee so it keeps moving up. And then boom, 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 both legs start to straighten and land on this pose. But once they start straightening, you don't do it like straight leg, then bend again, then straight again, because it feels a bit jerky. because we normally we wouldn't straighten and bend and straighten again. So it's bent and then progressively straightens until it lands. But throughout the movement, it's just from bend to straight. Don't have that straight bend, because yeah, it's too fast for this kind of uh, moment. You don't have enough time to do that kind of thing. Um, so yeah, just simplify the movement there. Okay, and the other thing that I wanted to point out are the arms here. See how the arms move straight, 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 straight. Of course, they have a bit of a bend, but pretty much they are straight the whole scene. So for this, here you have a perfect moment to overlap them. So you see the inertia, all the inertia of the arms, and boom, then you can overlap the arms and just drag the arms really nicely and the wrist, drag them really nicely. Boom. So we see that overlap and really nice bend in the elbows. So we don't feel that they are straight, the arms are straight throughout the whole shot. Here, maybe see if you can raise the shoulders a bit more. I don't know if the rig allows it, but I think it should. So maybe try to see if you can exaggerate the shoulders up, so when he jumps, we see the shoulders raising as well more. What else? Also the torso. See how you have the torso rotating already here, rotating forward, but watching the animation, I feel it's a bit, maybe a bit too soon. It feels like jumps forward, like he hasn't finished the inertia jumping up, and he's already bending forward. So I would keep the body and the head just this rotated this way a bit more, so that is that has that they he has a bit more of a hang time, and then after this frame you can start to rotate forward the body, but just keeping the body on this back, with the head and the torso rotated back just a bit more, and then that transition rotating forward, yeah, a couple of frames later, like after this. Okay, and let me see if there was something else. I mean, the weight, everything feels really nice. Um, Maybe also when the arm goes down here, see, you have the inertia, and maybe you will want to create a stronger arc here. So in this arm, that when it moves forward, creates a bigger arc, because right now it's a bit more linear. See how the arm moves more on a linear path if you drag the wrist. So maybe as he lands, the inertia of the arm, you want to create a nicer arc. So boom, moving forward, creating that beautiful, nicer arc. Also, so we can avoid maybe these kind of frames where we lose track of the arm. We don't see any, like, we don't see much what's happening here. So having that extra defined arc would allow us to maybe see a bit more of the arm here. Okay, and then yeah, that's I think that's pretty much it. um, Maybe if you want to try it out, I would also suggest you can exaggerate the height of the jump. So here, when he jumps, maybe make him jump just a bit higher. I know that it's gonna be a pain if you have to readjust the legs and stuff. So it's up to you, because this works as well. This works, but if you want to stylize it a bit more, make it a bit more exaggerated, you can think about exaggerating the height of the jump. Otherwise, this works, but just a side note to keep in mind that maybe you can boom exaggerate it so he really jumps high, and then boom, you can take advantage of that high jump, jumps high, holds there, and then boom, you have a faster fall. So just creating a bit more contrast would be would be nice. Otherwise, it Otherwise, if you keep it like that, it's more on a naturalistic side. It's gonna be more of a realistic animation, which is fine. I mean, it works really great. Just if you want to exaggerate it a bit more. So yeah, that's all for now. This is looking really great. I'm really looking forward to seeing the next part of this animation. And yeah, keep up the great work, and until the next time.